Hi, I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Leapins.
And welcome to the first episode in August of Our City Tonight.
Yeah, it's great to be in the mid of summer and enjoying the holidays. We hope you're enjoying the holidays, but we hope you're going to be enjoying the show too.
Yeah, let's get right to Our City Tonight.
She is a Canadian actress who has performed all over the world and theater, TV, film, and radio. Perhaps she is best known for her iconic role as Rogue in the X-Men animated series, now available on Disney+. She is also the author of a new memoir called A Rogue's Tale. We wanted to big warm welcome to Lenore Zahn.
Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry about the noise behind me. I'm at a Comic-Con in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, we know you call your home Nova Scotia, so you are our Canadian through and through. But as we were talking earlier off camera, you have lived all over the world, and we'll talk about that a little bit. But I want to also start with talking about your book, and I read it and I just ate it up. Thank you for being so candid, so authentic. I'm going to say that for everybody that they should pick this up because you have a political background as well that you took up a little bit later after being this huge actress. Not everyone is so candid, and you've had a long and diverse career. I'm going to ask the first question. You knew, as judging from the book, early on that you wanted to be a performer. So tell us what your biggest influence was, share with our audience, what made you want to become a performer and do what you've done?
Thanks for that, Lita, and thank you for reading the book. I think people who are performers were born to perform. I think we have it in our DNA. And it came naturally to me. I never had a voice lesson or a singing lesson or an acting lesson, really, when I first started. I was 15 in high school doing musicals, Guys and Dolls. I played Adelaide. And people said, oh my God, that girl deserves to be on the stage. She's born for the stage. I went on from there, of course, and became a professional at age 17, and then starred in my first rock opera on the life of Marilyn Monroe, playing Marilyn Monroe when I was only 19.
We want to stop you there.
Yeah, the rest is history.
Yeah, well, we're not going to say the rest is history because that is one of the most iconic people in history. We need to take a beat there and talk about that incredible rock and roll opera. How did you, at 19, and Marilyn hadn't been, there hadn't been all these documentaries and all that about her yet. How did you grasp and jump into that role? What did you do?
Well, I decided that I didn't want to do an imitation of her. I didn't want to be just a Marilyn Monroe, look-alike, sound-alike. I wanted to express her true essence. So what I did was I read every book I could on the subject of her. This was again in 1980. So I got the role when I was 19 in 79. Started looking into it, reading all the books, performed her at the age of 20. And when I put on the costume and the wig and the makeup, I became Marilyn.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
You've had this incredible career as an actor, politician. You're currently at a Comic-Con for your great role as Rogue, which you've got so many fans, a huge fan base. So we've got to let you get back to them, I'm sure. But Can we end it on what's next for Lenore? I know there's another book percolating there because, you touched on politics in your book, but there must be. So I'm going to put it to you as we end here. What's next?
Well, for now, I have a new TV series that I just finished shooting called Revival, which just came out on television. It's live action, so I'm on camera. There are 10 episodes. You can see it in Canada on Crave and CTV, and I believe Amazon Prime. And so if that show gets picked up, we'll do a second season. We shot that in New Brunswick, which is close to me in Nova Scotia. As you said, I do want to write a second book, maybe something like Rogue Goes to Parliament or something like that. But yeah, I want to tell more about what it's like to be a female politician. And it ain't easy, I can tell you that much.
Oh, absolutely.
But I do want to do that.
I think that's definitely in the making for sure, with a lot of the celebrities that you have touched and, been had great relationships with. I would be remiss in not mentioning that my fiance is a Croatian, so I loved your journeys to Croatia in the book, but we'll save that for our audience. They need to pick up your book and read that through that themselves. I want to thank you so much for taking some time out, being in Knoxville with all your fans. Love to see you back in Vancouver, so anytime.
I'll be back in Vancouver in the fall. I plan on spending some time there now. So I found an apartment recently when I was there, and I'm going to come back and spend some time.
Well,
so
that's great news.
Look for me on at your local Starbucks or local coffee shop. I'll be there walking along the seawall.
Excellent.
Saying hello to everybody.
Excellent. Thanks, Lenore Zan. Amazing artist, author, actress, and politician. So thank you for being on the show.
Thanks so much.
This segment is brought to you by First Tee British Columbia. We're building game changers by opening the world of golf to every child, one lesson at a time.
Well, here we are at Green Tea Country Club, Westwood Plateau in Coquitlam. Joining me again, she was here last spring with me again in nicer weather, I think I'll say, Kelly Baker-Pabla from First Tee British Columbia. And Kelly, we're out here to talk about a great event coming your way, folks, on September 23rd. Before we get to that event, let's remind our viewers a little bit about the great work that First Tee British Columbia does for the youth of this province and this country.
Absolutely. So First Tee BC and First Tee Canada is Golf Canada's youth development program. We're really trying to reach children who wouldn't think of golf as an opportunity and really change the face of golf, bringing diversity, equity, and inclusion into the game. And we're doing that by breaking all barriers, whether that be financial, regional, whatever the case. We're bringing golf to children at community centers, schools, and of course the golf course.
One of the things that really struck me in our first segment was how you are reaching out and giving opportunities to the children that would normally not have an opportunity, maybe due to costs or their parents think they can't get the kids into it. But it's great to see it reaching out to more and more children in a diverse area, as you said.
Absolutely. All across the province. That's our intent. We're not everywhere we want to be yet, so we do rely on our sponsors and donors. So we'd love to see you out on September 23rd, helping us out with that.
Yeah, great day. And more information can be found where?
You can go to our website at firstteebc.ca. So that's firstteebc.ca.
Okay, let's go meet some other folks involved in this big event coming up September 23rd. Well, we have moved to one of the many patios here in the clubhouse at Westwood Plateau, and joining me now as we move to the main camera, I've got a couple of the guys from First Tee British Columbia, Scott and Jonathan. Scott was with us before. Welcome back, Scott. As program manager, talk a bit about seeing children getting involved with this sport of golf, many who are learning it and being exposed to it for the first time.
Yeah, it's great to see youth, pick up a club and get involved with a sport that they never thought that, they would, typically pick up. So it's great to see that they're so enthusiastic about it, that they come there, ready to experience everything. And we aim to make it, a very inclusive environment for all of the children that want to come out and give golf a chance.
Jonathan, first time on the show. You are a program coordinator. You are on the front lines as well as Scott. Talk about what you see, the changes in the children when they get into this game, confidence, discipline-wise. I saw that with one of our guests in the first segment we did in the spring. You pick it up from there.
Yeah, I think this is a great job. Like all our team try to do is to try to create a more inclusive environment for all our participants. So this year, we actually have all girls programming that will create a more inclusive environment for the female and girls participants so they can enjoy golf at a place there's no male, which may have better golf skills, so they feel more confidence in tuning and how to play golf.
And Scott, talk about how the parents can become involved with their children in this great organization.
Yeah, we have a lot of ways for parents and families to get involved. Primarily, it's through our on-course programming, which all of our information is at firsttbc.ca, where they can look at programs that are happening all throughout the golf season, all around the province. So that's the primary way we deliver First Tee.
Yeah.
We also have a program that runs at schools and community centers where youth can participate in the program in a very comfortable environment for them. In most cases, part of their gym class or a multi-sport camp. So that really gives a different level of access to the sport of golf.
Jonathan, along those lines, do you see a lot of that the children, the youth, are more inclined to want to get involved if it starts at the school where they're familiar with the people that are helping them?
Yes, definitely. I think the majority of our youth, when they came from their school program, they have their classmates who they already know. When they came to a golf course, for them it's easier to just enjoy the game of golf.
Okay, and I'll go back to you for the last question on this, Scott. And really, it's how talk about as the children get older and where this can lead.
Yeah, so it's been great that the First Tee program has been around for a number of years now. So we've really seen a lot of our youth develop, not only in their golf skills, but also in their leadership, confidence, those kind of skills that are really important to the sport experience. So it's been really great to see the youth develop in those skills aside from just becoming better golfers.
Shelley, you are really focused and are a big supporter of the trend, the movement to getting more young women involved in golf. First Tee British Columbia, a big help with that. You pick it up from there.
Absolutely. I think it's very important to have a vehicle where we can both donate money, but donate our time and have a place for young women to go and learn about the sport from very first stages. Learning the rules right from day one, putting the club in their hand for the very first time, right up to sponsoring, people on the tour.
I like that you have this personal connection to what we're talking about today by way of your daughter. And you've talked about, and you tell our viewers about just the change you have seen in her.
Absolutely. So Faith was a national figure skater and finished high school and moved on to college golf. She walked onto the team and played for the last 4 years at a collegiate level. And to me, that I saw confidence develop that I'd never seen in skating, but just her ability to deal with anxiety, but also learn from competition, winning, losing, all that's there, and bringing those skills now into business. We're excited to have her working with us at Alton Brown soon.
Very nice. Thank you, Shelley. Joined now by Patrick. You're the director of JK World Group. Tell our viewers a little bit about that.
Yeah, okay. So JK World Group, we are the parents company for Green Tea Country Club and also Green Tea golf shops. So we have 6 golf shops across Canada and also 3 golf courses in BC right now.
Talk about your involvement with First Tee British Columbia.
So I'm the ambassador of that, and also I've tried to involve lots of events for helping First Tee British Columbia to raise their funds, to helping all more kids to get involved in the golf. But to be honest, golf is not cheap. So that's the reason why First Tee is super important. It breaks down all these barriers, and also it's kind of through mentorship, through opportunities and inclusions. It's not only giving child a game. It's more than give those youth a belief in themselves. That's the reason why I'm super proud of it.
Oh, we got a guy in here with a good-looking car, and it's all about golf. Larry, tell our viewers your title.
I am the GT Ford Mustang race car driver.
And you're an ambassador, too.
I'm an ambassador, yes.
We're, of course, standing beside a beautiful-looking car. We'll get to that in a second. But how does this tie in with First Tee British Columbia?
Well, basically, it's a way of opening up a communication, some dialogue with children right up to their parents. I mean, who doesn't love a race car? So, yeah, that's a way. And then when they start talking, they're like, oh, what is First Tee? Where normally they might not have even asked about what First Tee is. So it gives me the opportunity to talk about it, hand them a card. And I think the other thing that Kelly and I talked about was it just shows to have a car like this, it takes a lot of discipline. You have to work hard, you have to maintain, And it just sort of shows young children and their parents that it can be done.
Yeah, you just, the way you describe looking after a beautiful car like this is very much involved in the way you play your game of golf.
Exactly.
Which is the tie-in. And we were talking off camera about John Daly, the legendary golfer from the 90s who had always had that philosophy, it seemed, of grip it and rip it. You've got that on the side of your car. Explain that.
Well, we just thought, what better way to tie in a race car and the game of golf? And that just came up. Grip it and rip it was perfect. And it seems that young children, right up until their parents, just love that.
Well, back here on the first tee, this wonderful course, joined again by Kelly Baker-Pablo. To wrap things up, Kel, let's remind people again about this wonderful day coming up September 23rd and where people can find out more details.
So please do join us on September 23rd for the very first Tee British Columbia Cup. We're looking for everyone that wants to get involved. You don't have to be a pro golfer. It's a social day. Come and have fun. We're going to have lunch. We're going to have activities on the course. We're going to have awards afterwards and some beautiful cocktails and canapes after to celebrate. But in the meantime, we could use your sponsorship as well. So if there's any corporations out there that are looking to get involved in a great charitable cause, please do come to visit at firsttbc.ca.
Yeah, you also paid a great point, too, that you don't have to be a pro. It's not about low scores on this day. Really, it's about helping the children and everything. And yeah, please come out and check this great day out, and more details on the website. And suit jackets are optional that day, by the way. Yes. Thank you, Kelly. It's Kelly Baker-Pablo and all the rest of the guys and folks we talked to here, all part of First Tee British Columbia.
This segment was brought to you by First Tee British Columbia, empowering children and teens through the game of golf. Be sure to join us for the inaugural First Tee British Columbia Cup on September the 23rd. For more information, go to firsttbc.ca.
This segment is sponsored by the Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.
Brittany Mello is a professional dancer and dance instructor based in Vancouver. She is also the director of the Latin dance team, Las Melodias. Welcome, Brittany, to our city tonight. And beside me is one of my dear friends, Deline, who told me about the story of getting involved with Las Melodias and having the most incredible experience. Now, you're a very experienced dance instructor. You studied ballet, ballroom, and all the Latin dances. Let's start with you and talk a little bit about why you started this dance studio.
I created this team to allow women of all backgrounds, ages, dance experience levels, to have a platform to experience that inner dance self that I think so many of us are looking to experience. That is a bit of a barrier if you didn't have perfect dance training since you were 3. So there's usually the concept that if you didn't start when you were young, that this lifestyle and these opportunities aren't really available for you. So I think this is a nice way to explore in a casual way, but also a professional way that is challenging and also artistic, that gives everyone on the team a chance to experience their personal dance goals.
Deline, you've loved dance. You took it up not that long ago, and it's totally taken over your life. You have such a passion for it, and then you found this dance team, and I think it's transformed your life. Tell us a little bit of your experience of getting involved.
Right. Well, I think it was back in December when Brittany talked about putting together a team and asked me if I would audition, and I said, I don't think so. That I like, what? Audition? You know, that sort of, you see things on movies about what that might look like, and it wasn't that at all. I did audition only thinking that I would try that just to see the audition as an experience, not really thinking that I would actually dance. And then I tried it, and it was a very warm, welcoming environment and supportive. And there were probably at that time about 20 or maybe even 30 women in the room. And it was super exciting to dance with them, and, you know, like all ages as well. And all levels. And it was super empowering. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot.
You still compete, which is incredible. Tell us your beginnings of being a dancer.
The beginnings of dancing were, thankfully, I think my mom found that I was dancing around on my tiptoes at a young age, so I think that was very beneficial. She put me into ballet at a young age. My parents also ran a ballroom dance school, so I grew up sort of in that environment.
Wow.
So when you say about it being an intimidating place, I think that is something that takes away from that. It is true that it's intimidating. It also teaches a lot of discipline, things of that nature. So I think there's a bit of a rise and fall with dancing also. So similarly to how some people might not have a dance experience from the beginning of their lives, a lot of people like to return to it later on, right? So some people might have an experience with dancing earlier, and then being able to come back to it with a fresh set of eyes and experience has sort of been my dance journey as well.
What would you tell somebody, and I'll start with you, Delene, who was thinking about, they love dance, they maybe started with Zumba and they just love it. What would you tell them about your experience, and how would you say go for it?
Yeah, that's true. I did start mostly with Zumba about 10 years ago, and I was really looking for something just a little bit more, because I'd done it and I love moving with music and that empowerment, and a friend told me about classes where they actually taught more technique. And I was like, well, let's try that and see what it's like, and because you've got nothing to lose. And I think part of it for me, coming to this as at an older age and not having started when I was 3, is just having that confidence and being vulnerable to say, okay, well, let's give it a go. And I also think having a sense of humor is super helpful on the dance floor and in life, but on the dance floor, it's especially helpful to not take yourself too seriously and just go for it. So my words of advice would be, go for it, don't wait.
Awesome. And Brittany, I'm going to end with you for that. But I have to do a shout out to your husband, because he's gotten involved in a lot of the Latin dancing too, and she's dragged him out to do a lot of it. Not professionally, though.
It's contagious.
No, it is contagious. He definitely did not want to do this. Not very much. But now he's often the one that says, let's practice. Are you ready to practice? Let's do this.
Perfect and healthy too. Yeah. Brittany, I'm going to give you the end note. What would you say about some of the students that have come to you, and how would you encourage people to take up dance?
Yes, it has so many benefits that go beyond just being an artistic aspect. It's a social activity. It provides long-term health benefits. It has so many muscle memory aspects of it. It supports learning in different areas. It helps you get into your body and out of your head, away from your phone. So many other benefits beyond that. Additionally, I think it helps you kind of feel like you're living your dreams a little bit. It's nice to be sweaty in practice and working hard and feeling that sense of accomplishment. Equally, it's nice to put on your nice costume with all the rhinestones and go out there and take some nice photos and videos with a bunch of people that support you. So it's a very well-rounded experience.
It's a great community, and from what I've seen and a little peek into how Delene's reacted to all this over the last year and a half that you've been training. Congratulations on everything. So we have Brittany Mello. She is the director of Melodious Dance Club, and Delene, who is one of the key members of this great dance team. You can find them online. Where can they find more information about this?
Yes, at mellowmovement.com.
Perfect. That'll be rolling in the credits. So thank you, ladies, for providing such an incredible experience here on Our City Tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
This segment was sponsored by the Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online. Closed captioning and other promotional considerations provided by Hamilton High Street Senior Residence, Richmond's newest senior living community.
Here at Hydra, and of course the summer is flying by, but we wanted to check in with our old friend Chris drinks and a lot of great looking food and some wine. And Chris, it's been on the show a million times, I think.
Hello, welcome back.
What is your fourth season?
This is
Fourth
now, we are in
season
my
of this.
4th season with you, the triumphant return.
Well, we're so glad to have you back because you always bear gifts.
I think this is why I'm on the show.
No, it's the striking personality. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Let's talk with the wine.
Okay, so as always, we're blessed to have great Greek suppliers and some premium Greek wines. This is another Santorini Assyrtiko. This is from Artemis Karamelagos. This is their top tier eco wines. Santorini, of course, took forever to stop being a volcano and is now nothing but volcanic soil. So you're talking about minerality, you're talking about flint, you're talking about beautiful fruit, singing kind of citrus peel and pear kind of flavors. Wow. Beautiful acid, beautiful balance, beautiful finish. This comes together because they grow it on such old vines. They grow into these baskets, these kaluris, the fruits on the inside, just to protect it and also to capture the sea mist, give it a little bit of water, give it a little bit of salinity. These are grown on vines that are incredibly old. In fact, like predating phylloxera, some of these are grown on ungrafted vines, which is rare in the wine world, but that will only really kind of appeal to the wine geeks out there.
Oh, well,
Please.
I will give Jim
Thank
some
you, Lita.
sea mist. My gosh, this is like poetry in a glass, the way you describe it.
you.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Chris.
Cheers. Let's talk
But
about the
Of
food.
course, this goes
great.
into some of your new dishes here.
Yes, of course. Some new features on our new menu. Our beautiful lobster salad. This is parsley, this is fennel, this is radicchio, a beautiful orange and citrus dressing, right in between a whole Maine lobster. Market price, but a beautiful, a light summer shareable dish.
Shareable.
Of course. Well, Jim doesn't share well, but that's a classic. A very, very classic prawn cocktail. But we're putting a Mediterranean twist into this. Some blistered tomatoes, some capers, a little bit of feta in there, just to add some salt and some brininess. Beautiful combination. And of course, I wanted to feature our oysters. This always gives me an opportunity to talk about our great happy hour, 3 to 6 every day. We do $1.50 a shuck oysters, $7 drinks, $14 appies. One of the best happy hours in the city.
Best oysters in the city.
Fantastic.
Very nice.
And by the way, all of this, a beautiful pairing.
Oh, I can tell. I can tell immediately.
When we have some extra time, we always like to mention some of your sister properties. One of our favorites over in the North Shore area, Lonsdale Shipyard District, is Seaside Provisions. Let's talk a little bit about them because they had an expansion
Provisions
late last
went
year.
through a massive renovation and expansion, a little less than a year ago. They have exceptional wines as well, a massive wine list, beautiful charcuterie boards. It's the kind of place where you can go and pick up a picnic and run away, or you can sit down and have a ribeye and a beautiful big bottle of cab. Your choice. It's a fantastic destination.
It's a beautiful spot.
Oh yes, we're back here again, of course, to wrap up the show, and then we eat. Chris, thank you very much.
We're digging into the lobster here. I'm going to say a cheers to our good friend Chris.
Thank you,
so
Chris.
much for having me. Always
Into
a
his
pleasure
fourth
having you.
season. We got him right out of high school. Excellent. Anyway, as we say, hello to halfway through the summer, I'm Jim Gordon.
And I'm Lita Leapins.
See you on the next edition of Our City Tonight.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
You can contact us and watch past episodes at OurCityTonightTV.com. The Richmond Sentinel, providing news, entertainment, and human interest stories in print and online.